Hi everyone and welcome to the channel. My name is Bork. In today's video we'll be talking about Girl Cafe Gun, a surprise gacha game to me. Now the reason why is because the weapons, the minute details on this game, they actually do a lot of different things. So for this character specifically, we're going to change her out to have this precision rifle. She's going to have a shotgun and then she's going to have a sniper rifle. So based off of the weapons that they use, they will have different bullets that will pretty much pop up. This is a bullet hell style game, so you're in like this sort of ARPG top-down view, and what's really nice is the combat is pretty fluid as far as I can tell. Now one aspect that you can do, if I turn off auto attack right here, each individual bullet will have to be clicked by you, but I don't like playing like that personally. Just enable like the auto attack right here, and you can do it like as soon as you start the game, and then the characters will be shooting, you know, the bullets appropriately, just like how you probably want them, because you don't want to mash the buttons over here. So if you go ahead and exit and jump back, I want to show you by far my favorite aspect of this game, and that's going to be the weapons actually changing out how the bullets are going to be seen. So this is going to be a beam rifle, different from the precision rifle. When I saw, okay, what is this beam rifle actually going to do, because there's a lot of weapons, or there's a lot of like mechanics in games where, you know, this it says like it's going to be different, the weapon looks super cool, but it never actually does anything different. But as soon as I saw this, where the rifle actually turns it into a beam, I was like, all right, there's something different from this game. There's at least some level of effort that I can appreciate. There's not very many games that will actually change up the style of the weapon based off of, you know, what you're using, at least to this level. So I'm kind of curious what's going to happen once I equip like higher level stuff. Will I be able to shoot like, you know, like cannons or rockets and all sorts of things? I just want to see what this game is capable of. Attention to detail is what really separates some gachas from others, like, you know, voice acting, like the actual polish to the game. Can you play it without lagging, this, that, and the third? And if you actually look at some of the skills that are going to be used here, they're actually kind of unique. So you can shoot like a lasers right here and mow down like the enemies. You saw that. You can shoot like little like knives, and then you can shoot like homing like bullets right there, as you saw, and you have like this little dodge function that you can use. It's just a nice clean bullet hell game, and I don't think that is going to, you know, attract too many people, but the details that they actually placed in this gacha game is what's going to carry people for the long haul. Now one thing to note is that this game did not last in JP. I want to make that very clear. So if you want to spend any money on this game, I would advise otherwise. I would just sort of enjoy this game for being a nice polished title on release, and sort of enjoy like the bullet hell aspects to this, because there's just not very many polished bullet hells in the gacha market, and with such lovable waifus and different skills, all the things that I would want from a bullet hell waifu game, it's sort of in here, and it nails it on the dot. What's really surprising was I didn't know if I was going to like this game, and that's why I was sort of afraid to cover it. But as soon as I started playing more and more of it, and people in the comments kept asking like, hey, can you cover this game, it really makes sense, because it is going to be one of the few bullet hells that has like that little bit of oomph that makes it different from others. Go ahead and shoot our homings, some lasers right here, and some knives, and you can see how fast it is to essentially cast the skills in this game. And that, to me, like in a bullet hell, is so important. If you can't cast the skills appropriately within like a quick time, you could essentially like die. You know, if anyone's played any bullet hell games, if you like miss like a micron inch on the screen, you're pretty much dead, because you're just going to be like bombarded with like a wave of like bullets. And what's really nice is this game, of course, is very forgiving. There's like a barrier system, so we don't have to worry about that aspect in the early games. But when you're fighting bosses, that's where like the game challenges you essentially come out of auto. Now another thing that I really like about this game is its reroll system. So it has one similar to, how do I say this, Epic 7. So if you go to supply right here, after you get to a certain point of the game, you can actually keep re-rolling this. So you can see 10x supply, this is going to be confirm. So we overwrit like the previous 10 pull that we have. Let's go ahead and look at the actual summon animation, because it's not just like, oh, it flashes like, you know, gold and it's over. You'll actually see like the different waifus that are going to be appearing, and this is how they actually look in game. So that's the part that's really nice. So you get to see like some of the character arts, and then if you summon like an SR or an SSR, it'll show you a bit of animation on like their card art gallery scene. And look, she has like, you know, the dual colored eyes going on, and they have a little bit of dialogue. This is what I want from summon animations. It's not like too much level of effort, but there is some level of effort. It doesn't feel lazy. It doesn't feel like, you know, they didn't care about it. There's actual reasons to, you know, sort of like these waifus that you're going to be collect. That's like the things that I want from like summon animations, just a level of detail that makes you actually want to come back and do more summons. So obviously this character, definite waifu for me. Yes, thank you very much. Now another aspect that you can do, since this is going to be the reroll function similar to Epic 7, you can actually keep re-rolling it until you get the waifus that you want. So I thought that aspect was really cool. So you can ideally roll for like a really amazing gold. I haven't seen if you can, you know, roll more than one gold, or you can roll like a gold with multiple purples and all that stuff. I'm sure some of you are wondering, you know, what's like the best thing to sort of look at. It's going to be a quick like spreadsheets by me, and I just, you know, compiled a bunch of different things. Don't pay attention to this tier list too much. I just provided some details in case folks were wondering. But the biggest parts to know, all of these, you know, 4 waifus, these are the ones that you can pull from this initial banner. They're all going to be within like the same like rank. They're all A rank. But the thing that I want us to pay attention to the most is you can essentially use whichever waifu that you want, and then make sure you pick a waifu that has a gun that you actually want to use. So for example, this purple haired chica, she's going to be using a pistol. So obviously you want a strong pistol weapon. And then for her, she's going to be using a shotgun. So you want some sort of strong shotgun, some sort of rifle with her. So you want a strong rifle. So if you decide to pick a certain waifu from this gacha system that you can keep rolling over and over again, then ideally you pick someone you already have a weapon for. So let's go ahead and do this like 10 pull right here. They give you a multi right out the gate outside of the gacha one that you get, you know, the rerollable one from like the Epic 7 sort of deal. And this is the character we're going to be getting. Ooh, I think this is like the mechanical, because each waifu, they have like different outfits, and the different outfits do make them perform differently. Like they're completely different character. All right, and we got Juno right here in her maid outfit. With their different outfits, you can equip them on like the different characters. We'll show what that looks like later on, where, you know, if you have a waifu, you can essentially have them wear different outfits. I think that minor detail is really nice. Let's go ahead and jump back. And then here's going to be the weapon gacha, the part that I was most excited for. But we'll do that one last because I want to see if we can get any rare sort of weapons. I feel like that's where, you know, the main attention should be. But if you go into cafe right here, this is going to be the mini game within the game, because, you know, it's a girl cafe gun. So we got the guns covered. Well, sort of. We have like the girls covered. Now we're going to cover like the cafe part. And then you have like the coffee aspect right here, which is sort of like your sim coffee management deal. And then you can go into different locations and check out, you know, your different waifus, how they're doing, and you can interact with them and change up their wardrobe and all this stuff. So remember how I said earlier, you can change their outfits and they will still function the same. This is like the cool aspects to it, where you're like, oh, I want her to wear this outfit on the overworld screen. Now, of course, you have to use like the characters that have the different skill effects based off of what they are going to be using. So what do I mean by that? Let's go ahead and jump back into the home menu and go into the girl screens right here. So you can see there's going to be different waifus, but these are going to be their different aspects. So if you want to use Juno as her 1-star version, you'll actually have to change it out for the 3-star version, which I know, you know, might bug some people, but it's just something to look into. And just note that she's actually going to be using a different weapon as well compared to her 1-star version. Her 1-star version was using a sniper rifle. Now she's going to be using a pistol. But it's these small details that you sort of have to look into as you're summoning into the game, which I sort of like as well. Let's go ahead and go back into the gacha right here, and this will actually determine whether I reroll in the game or not, is this weapon supply, because I want something that's really good, you know, from the weapon, something nice. And I'm not sure if the highest rarity, okay, the highest rarity is going to be purple. So to the stars, or the Luciferin, or the frontline warrior, or the pale dragon breath, any of these 4-star weapons would be absolutely amazing. Let's go ahead and do our 10 pull right here and see what we're going to be getting. Please, all my tap to hold anywhere. So they're gonna make the gun right here. Oh, I see like the little golds right there. And is this going to be a gold weapon? All right, no. So they're just sort of like teasing us with everything right here. There was definitely some sort of weapon right there. All right, where's like the yellow? Oh, the yellow was shown first. So we got the gravity compass. That looks like a minigun. So this looks really cool. I can't wait to try this out. I'm not sure if this is guaranteed or not. I didn't check the rates for this. For a 4-star weapon, it's going to be 3% rates, which is actually pretty decent overall. I can't complain about that, especially you don't know what you're going to be getting out of this. So I'm going to be keeping this account and probably looking into the rates on this one. This will actually be honest, right? So it's 3% rates for 4-star characters as well, in case folks were wondering. So the rates, 3% is a pretty decent standard, as long as it's not like 2% or 2.5%. That's going to be on a little bit of the lower lower end. So the gacha system is nice. The combat system is nice. There's different mechanics with the cafes. You can change the outfits with your waifus and interact with them. I feel like this is just a fun try. You know, don't put any money into it. That's my advice, because we don't know how long this title is going to survive, but it's definitely surprisingly fun and I enjoyed myself just covering this game. But if you made it this far in today's video, consider subscribing, dropping a like, leaving a comment, follow me on Twitch, follow me on Twitter. Once we hit 27,500 subs, you're doing a giveaway. Thanks so much for watching. Have yourself a fantastic day. I'll leave links to like the spreadsheets and all like the different, you know, app medias and JP tier lists in the description as always. Thanks so much. Have yourself a fantastic day and see you in the next one.